Using then and than, they and them. Than is a conjunction, and conjunctions join things or set the condition of joining things. Use than as a word indicating a comparison. When you're talking about a noun, thing, person, place, or concept, being more, less, better, cooler, dumber, etc., in relation to another noun, the word than is necessary. In other words, it's linking something or joining something in a comparison. Sally has a better kick than Jill. Bill talks more than Henry. He is definitely sicker than you. In both cases, you're joining something by comparison. Use then as a word indicating time. When you want to tell about a sequence of events or are giving instructions in a step-by-step order, the word then is necessary. I woke up and went to Walmart, then I went home. I did my math, then I did my literature, then I went to bed. There's a sequence of things and how it happened. Then is a time word equivalent to when. They is used to refer to a subject of a clause. In other words, it usually represents the doers of the action described by the verb and usually refers back to two or more people or things that were mentioned earlier. Note that the grammatical subjects aren't always doers of an action, but as a rule of thumb, the subject occurs at the beginning of a sentence, so this is the typical position of they. They is sometimes used at the beginning of a sentence to refer to people in general or to refer to a group of people who are unknown or whose identity does not need to be stated. They is also sometimes used instead of the pronouns he or she to refer to an individual whose sex is not known or mentioned. The children were kind. They gave me a present. Jan and Tom aren't coming. They said they couldn't make it. Those cakes are delicious. They were made by my grandma. They say it will take several months to recover. They've given Pablo another pay raise. One of the teachers was supposed to be coming, but they were ill. And those are all sentences with examples going back. Them is used to refer to the object of a clause. In other words, it usually represents a group of people or things that have experienced the action described by the verb and refers back to two or more people or things that were mentioned earlier. I bought some apples. I'll put them on the table. Them can be used as both a direct object pronoun, as shown in the example before or above, or an indirect object pronoun. An indirect object refers to a third participant in the action described by the verb, often someone who receives something as a result of it. The kids were really excited. Jack gave them presents. And here them is the object. Jack's subject gave. What did he give? He gave presents. To whom did he give the presents? Them. In the second sentence above, them is the indirect object and presents is the direct object. Presents, Like other indirect objects, them can be introduced by a preposition and placed after a direct object. Jack gave presents to them. Them is also sometimes used instead of the object pronoun him or her to refer to an individual person whose sex is not known or mentioned.